Greetings, YouTube. Today I want to ask a question of my viewers in the YouTube RPG community. What is the most complicated, complex role-playing game you have ever encountered? Now, I think that there's just is something to be said for things like Morrow Project, Aftermath, Dead Earth, which has a character creation rule system that is not only incredibly complex, but almost impossible to actually generate a character in. You're more than likely just going to end up with a series of corpses. But I think for me, actual published games would have to probably be the leading edge games. Living Steel, the Phoenix Command, they are incredibly complex. Though, I mean, Aftermath is right up there. Though I will say the one thing for the Living Steel setting, while I can't imagine I would ever use their rules ever, the setting itself is really flavorful. And they have little sidebar comments. I mean, not the first game to ever use this, not the last. But the sidebar comments in these games are quotes from people inside the game itself, the game world. And there's a certain continuity to them. So as you read them, you kind of like get this little narrative of what's going on in the world. And they are vastly entertaining. I would read these things just because they made me smile. I've encountered recently two fan-created products which could well break the very fabric of reality in their complexity. One was introduced to me by someone here on my channel, and I apologize for not remembering. It's called Dragon the Dungeoning 40,000 7th edition. I think that's what it's called, I'm not positive. And it's essentially combining like 5 different role-playing games all together and getting them to semi-function as a unit. And it is a piece of satire on top of that. And I get like the core rules are like 300 pages long. And then there's 2 supplements to this, the main book and there's a supplement book to it. And I've downloaded them. I haven't had a chance to look at them yet in any detail, but I mean it's complex, folks. And the other, something that somebody introduced to me to in a thread recently on a message board, and apparently there is a Naruto D20 game. Now, I'm not a real fan of anime or manga. It's not my thing. But I do know the name, and I have some kind of inkling of what the character is like. And I went and got a copy of this, and I downloaded it, and I haven't read it yet, but it's 1,100 pages long. That's awe-inspiring, even if it isn't any good. I did see a physical copy of Deathstalker 2 in a gaming store recently. Made me smile. I didn't buy it, but it made me smile. See my review of Deathstalker here on my channel as to why. So I want to ask my viewers, what is the most complex game you have ever encountered? The one that had the most fiddly bits, the secondary and tertiary derived statistics, or the one with 12 different subsystems, all that have nothing to do with each other, or ones like I've encountered which claiming to be a very simple system, and then they have boxes to tick off your armor and boxes to tick off your non-lethal damage as well, and things like that. What is the one that is the most complex thing you have ever encountered?